Hello there, what is up? My name's Commando and welcome to my WWE No Mercy 2016 predictions. The return of No Mercy, which had a lot of people jizzing. It's just a name, people. But getting on to the show, predictions time. Something I want to talk about as well before we just dive into this is I think this pay per view. I spoke about how I don't like the two pay per views a month as it is, but I think it's ruining the like specialness of the shows. I guess they're just too frequent that when they happen, it's like, oh well, who cares? At least, because I was watching, I went back and was watching an old review thing. I think it was NXT Takeover the End, and the reason I was there is because one of my videos I've uploaded recently, the Sonic and All Star stuff, that stuff you don't watch. I was that was uploaded around the same time as that was, and I just clicked on it and I was listening to it. And like the pay-per-views back then were better, and the build up to them were better, because they weren't so frequent. And I know it's separate brands and what have you, but I still don't think that there's enough build to these shows, and they're just too frequent. There's too many of them, and I think it's hurting them. Like people were jizzing like how Backlash was like the greatest pay per view ever. Woo hoo hoo. And how Clash of Champions was like a shit pay per view. Blah 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 and all this crap. Um, I think it's just because of booking. That's the only reason people were jizzing over the Backlash stuff, because all their favourites won, because Becky Lynch won, because AJ Styles won, and all this stuff. But I think it's too much. But anyways, let's start with the kickoff match, which is Jack Swagger versus Baron Corbin. Um, I don't really know what to say about this. They started by bringing Jack Swagger to Raw, just randomly on Raw. They were like, "Oh, your contract's coming up, Jack. What are you gonna do?" And then he walks away after losing to Jinder Mahal. Even though they'd faced off about 6 times before then, and I'm not lying, on Superstars and Main Event, and Jack Swagger won every single match. I don't even think Jinder's won a match since he came back. Maybe that one against Heath Slater, that's it. And Jack came to SmackDown and did some little promo thing, and then they've really done nothing much since then. So, and barring a motionless promo Corbin, hasn't really done a whole lot either. He's horrible at promos. He was getting good at NXT, but obviously now everything he says is scripted word for word, and he just sounds so emotionless and monotonous. He's like, I am going to hurt you. I am going to do this. Okay, go and do this, Jack. He sucks. But this, I don't know, and I don't even care, to be honest. I'll go Corbin since they sort of seem to be pushing him, but I don't know, and I don't care. Moving on, we have AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose versus John Cena, triple threat for the WWE World Championship. I think AJ Styles will retain it. They've been doing this match on the house shows, and AJ Styles has been winning by via kicking to the bollocks and then roll up. So I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happens here. I think it'll be a good match. Triple threats usually are pretty good. But it seems like the more in the build to this, it's been more sort of like Ambrose and Cena, and they sort of like hate each other and been ripping each other to shreds on Talking Smack. Holy shit! That's been the best part, I guess. If you consider that part of the feud, then it's been the best thing. Is those those two on Talking Smack? Holy shit! That was some good stuff on there. But I like the AJ Styles. Well, I like the ending of it, of the AJ Styles Dean Ambrose match on SmackDown, where AJ like beat up Cena, and then Cena sort of tried to get involved, and then like at that point Dean Ambrose had Styles rolled up for the three, so Ambrose went out and punched John Cena, and then he went back in and he got rolled up by Styles or something, and then Cena came in and AA'd them all, and I do think the build's been okay. I just don't think, I think there should be more. It's been going good. It's probably the best built match here. Maybe there's been some good build, but I just think I would prefer if there was more. Like 1 month SmackDown and 1 month Raw. So then sometimes it would be like 8 weeks that they were building instead of just like a few, you know. Um, but yeah, I think AJ Styles will win. But the build to this one has been okay. And I'm interested to see where they'll go from here, because I heard rumblings that Cena might be going away again, so I don't know what'll go down next. And so on to the next match, we have Becky Lynch versus Alexa Bliss for the SmackDown Women's Championship. The build to this has been going okay. It's been going alright. There was like the contract signing, which was good. Just sometimes Becky sounds, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. She sounds not forced, but I don't know. It's almost as if she's putting on the voice. I don't know. I don't really know how to describe it. It sounds a little odd at times when she's doing her promos. I don't really know how to describe it. But I've enjoyed it. The build, it's been okay. Like Alexa Bliss attacking her on the when Becky was making her entrance. This week they did like the tag team thing with Nikki Bella and that. It's been alright. It could have been more, you know. But I have enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it more than say the Raw side of things. Speaking of the Raw side of things, you know, people jizzing, another word, I've used it again, jizzing over the whole Sasha Banks versus Charlotte thing. Maybe I would have enjoyed it more had Raw not been 3 hours, because I actually was enjoying that Raw, but then, as per usual, it's too long, and by the time the main event comes around, I just don't care anymore. So I might have enjoyed it had it happened earlier in the show, or if the show wasn't 3 hours. But I didn't think the match was all that good, to be honest, Sasha and Charlotte. I thought it was okay, but it wasn't as good as people were making it out to be. People were like acting as if it was the greatest thing of all time. That was like some of the tweets I seen from like some of the wrestlers and that in the WWE. And I was like, it wasn't that good. I thought it was good from the like corkscrew moonsault onwards, which is pretty much just like the last couple of minutes. But I do think it was quite overrated, to be honest. But yeah, Sasha winning, I was kind of surprised. I didn't see that coming. But I thought it was okay. It was okay, just not as good as people made it out to be. But anyways, moving on to the next match. Did I choose a winner? I'll go Becky Lynch. I think Becky Lynch will win. But I've liked how they've built up Alexa Bliss. I think they've done a good job there. But I think Becky will retain here. And moving on, we have Heath, Slater and Rhino versus the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Titles. Now, the Heath Slater Rhino storyline going up to Backlash and SummerSlam and all that was the best storyline in WWE. And it was brilliant. It was awesome. Then they won the titles, and they've done nothing since. There was, I think, the one episode after that Backlash, they were backstage eating crackers or some shit, and the Usos was there, and that's it. They've done absolutely nothing. This was the best thing going, and now who cares? Because we don't get to see them. And like it was going so well. There was funny segments, funny moments, and now nothing. Like, what the fuck's going on? I don't get it. It just makes no sense. And then the fucking Usos, I mean, I like their new character and the new clothing, I guess. But their matches and that just shit. Like, that's why, like, even the American Alpha, they had a match, I think it was Jason Jordan against one of the Usos. And the thing that made American Alpha so special and why people liked them so much was because the stuff they did in the ring. Like all the technical wrestling or amateur wrestling, whatever you want to call it, every time when they started a match, it was different stuff, it was unique, and the crowd loved it. NXT, you could go and watch their stuff every time, it was good. And now they're just reduced to the same old basic shit that you see in every match, and no one cares. And that's why casuals and kiddies wonder why people are like, whoa, what's so special about these guys? I don't get why people like these guys. Because they're not allowed to do what made people like them. It's as simple as that. Like, that match was so shit. Jason Jordan versus whoever it was. It was just a rest hold fest. It was utter shit. That's what I hate about matches, is rest holds. It's so fucking stupid because there's so much of that. I'm not saying it's a thing that doesn't need to be in wrestling, but when it's happening all the time, it's stupid and there's no need for it. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised the Usos win. I mean, it's not like they've gave us a reason to care about Heath Slater and Rhino. They've been on fucking main event the last 2 weeks, I think. Sure, they've won, but they haven't done anything. Like, the whole storyline was brilliant. It was going so well, and they haven't followed up on it. The most we've heard of it is Heath Slater on bloody Twitter saying that he got the pool thing, and that's it. They haven't followed this storyline up at all. It's so dumb, so fucking dumb. So I'll go with Usos because it just seems like that's the way they're going to go with it. They'll probably break their legs of Rhino and Heath Slater, and that'll be it. Stupid, absolutely stupid. Moving on, we have The Miz versus Dolph Ziggler in a title versus career match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. And if Ziggler loses, he must retire. I have thought this was. I thought there's been some good build to this. Thought it's been all right. Pardon me. I was surprised at the whole Ziggler putting up his career thing, but I have liked it. The promos and that between the two have been good. And the whole Spirit Squad thing this past week, that was surprising. I did not see that coming at all. That was a very pleasant surprise. And I have a feeling Ziggler might lose, and there's rumours that he actually is going to be going into more of a backstage role. I don't know if he would do that, to be honest. Just doesn't seem like he's ready for that. I mean, he's still, he could still put on so many good matches and what have you. He could still have a world title run, I guess, if you actually would build him up properly. Or he should have been. You know, he could have been a main event guy, but horrible booking and being overlooked for years. I don't see him going back into a backstage role like a producer or something. I don't know. I just don't see it. I think he'll go and do other stuff. I mean, that's what he said on Talking Smack. You know, he could have just been bullshitting, but I honestly don't see him going into a backstage role. But as some people were saying that they think it'll just end like via DQ, so that Miz keeps the title and Dolph keeps his career. I honestly could see that happening. But I think Miz will win it. I would like to see Dolph win, but I don't know. They probably won't even follow up and do anything with it. I mean, look at Heath Slater and Rhino. Best storyline in the WWE. Now nothing. So I'll go with Miz to win. Moving on, we have Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt. And I have liked. I think it's been the last 2 weeks where like their feud or whatever is sort of continued over the whole show, which is something I feel is lacking sort of in the world title thing. Like at least before, or sometimes on Raw. Not so much on Raw either though, but where there would be like 2, possibly 3 segments for the world title feud because it's the main feud, and that's something that's kind of lacking now. But it has been good though. It has been all right, but it's something I feel is maybe missing a little bit. But I have liked the whole Randy Orton Bray Wyatt thing, like Randy Orton trying to find Bray Wyatt and finding all these weird things and opening doors and locking Eric Rowan in the door and then bloody he found Bray Wyatt and then he just punched him a couple of times and then that was it. That was disappointing, you know, that whole thing. I thought that was cool. And then he just punches him a couple of times and then he goes away. Kind of a anticlimactic finish, I think that's the word. I don't think that was very good. And then this week he like locked him in some container thing, and then Bray Wyatt found Sister Abigail and he managed to escape. I thought that was pretty cool. So it'll be interesting to see what goes down there. Wouldn't be surprised if Randy Orton wins because, you know, when does Bray Wyatt ever win? But Luke Harper just returned on the Raw house shows in Chile. So maybe he could possibly return at this pay-per-view against Bray Wyatt. Well, helping Bray Wyatt, maybe against Bray Wyatt, I don't know. I could maybe see that happening, be good. So I like Luke Harper. I would like to see him get a legitimate push on his own. When he was Intercontinental Champion, it meant nothing. Like they ruined that whole Wyatt's family split up thing. Eric Rowan's another guy that I think is great. I spoke about it before. I think he has his character in that. If he used it well, he could be this really weird, creepy, like Outlast kind of character. Speaking of Outlast 2 demo came out this week. I'm looking forward to playing that. I downloaded it for PC and I'm downloading it right now for Xbox One just in case it doesn't work on my PC. Looking forward to playing that. But yeah, I do think that Eric Rowan and that could be good creepy characters on their own. Even Big Show. Big Show's been saying that in interviews about Rowan for ages now. He thinks he's great and he would be a good star on his own, but they haven't, you know, obviously done that. But I heard that he is injured right now. Rowan is injured, so. But yeah, even if he wasn't, it wouldn't make any difference. I'll go with Bray Wyatt winning. I think he maybe win probably via like DQ or interference. But I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Randy won. But I have enjoyed the build. It's been a pretty good build. And this week I think Orton did like that weird upside down promo thing on the Tron. That was different. Um, oh yeah, and then Bray Wyatt ran away and lost via count out to Kane. They make Bray Wyatt look very weak. I mean, I know he's a heel, but they do this all the time. You know, why not have a dominant heel? You know. Ah well. Moving on, we have Nikki Bella versus Carmella, and I think the build to this one has been good. It's just been every week has been good. There's been something happening. I think it's been going well, but I think Nikki is going to win because Carmella's just beat the shit out of Nikki every single week. Every week without fail, it ends with Carmella getting the upper hand. So I think it only makes. Well, I mean, if you look at it from if you haven't watched wrestling before, then you would think Carmella's going to win. But if you know how wrestling works, then it would make more sense for Nikki to win since Carmella's been the one dominating the entire time. Time for Nikki to sort of get her revenge or what have you. Now, do I want to see that happen? No, because it would be better to build up Carmella. But I think they have been doing a great job of that. And she could still look good even in defeat. Although that is a rarity in WWE for the winner and loser to look good in defeat. If that makes sense. You know what I'm trying to say. But I think it's been good that she called Nikki a Kardashian wannabe or something on commentary this week. It was hilarious. I thought it was funny. Loads of other people did too. And that whole Total Bellas thing is out now. And oh my god, Nikki is just so annoying. I don't know how Cena. I honestly don't know what it is Cena. How he puts up with her. I really don't. She's just so dumb and so annoying. And that fake voice that she uses. I can't stand her. But I'll go Nikki. I think she's gonna win it. It just seems like she'll win it because Carmella's dominated her the ever since the feud started, which was around SummerSlam time. So yeah, and there was rumblings that it could have been like a no DQ match, or maybe that's what we'll get at the next pay-per-view. But hopefully something like that happens. But I have my doubts that it would actually do anything that would have resulted in a no DQ in the match. I doubt they would use like chairs or anything. But you never know. Moving on, the last match. Apparently Kurt Hawkins is going to make his debut. They haven't actually said who it'll be against, but he has said that he's going to make his debut. Now a lot of people don't like the whole face the facts promos, but I do. I think it's funny. I think the stuff he's saying is pretty funny. I like it. It's odd, it's different, but I think it's good, but a lot of people are like, oh, make him have a match already, blah, 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 blah. But I think there's matches happening too much. I think that's what ruins the pay-per-views and what have you, is that there's too much matches. Like, at least the whole Nikki and Carmella thing, a lot of it has been out with a match, if you know what I'm saying. I think it would be better in feuds if there's moments and brawls and backstage stuff and what have you instead of matches, because I think there's just too much matches, and I think that sort of ruins them, and I think that's why the matches kind of suck at times on the pay-per-views, is because we're seeing so many of them that they can't. Well, I mean, they're restricted as to what they can do at times. I think there's too much match. I think that does kind of hurt the show overall. But he says he's going to debut anyway, so I'll be interested to see who it's against. Probably just a random. I mean, he was on the house shows last week, and he beat Apollo Crews one night and then lost to him the next two nights. So not really off to a great start there. So I don't know. I mean, I just seen a thing on. I think it was the What Culture thing again. I always, when I type in No Mercy and I look for the Wikipedia page, there's always something from them ferrets, and they said that he could face James Ellsworth. So I don't know, it could happen. Speaking of him, I think AJ Styles said something on Talking Smack, I think it was this week, where he said he wanted to give him a shot at the title. It was funny, because he was saying that, oh, what has John Cena done to earn a championship match? And I was like, well, exactly, what has he done? He hasn't beat anybody. AJ beat him. Dean Ambrose beat him. Why does he get to be in this match? You know, it doesn't make sense. I was like, that's a valid point. Why is he in there? And they never explained it. So, but yeah, I could possibly see James Ellsworth maybe being Kurt Angle's opponent. Be interested to see uh, what he would do. Probably just get beat by Kurt Hawkins, I'd imagine. But I don't know. But that's the pay-per-view. There's no other matches. I don't have anything else to talk about. 20 minutes again. I always go into this like, oh, I don't think I'm gonna yap that much about it, but then I do because wrestling. There's nothing else to talk about. Oh well, I mentioned the chili thing. There was like not a riot. I don't know if I would say full on riot, but people went nuts in Chile and started like robbing the place or something, robbing this shopping mall or something, where Seth Rollins was supposed to be like doing a signing, and they started like robbing the place or something, and then Rollins had to get out of there. I was like, what the fuck? There's like some crazy shit happening in wrestling this last while, and Jamie Noble got stabbed by someone. That was earlier this week, and then bloody Del Rio apparently got like sliced by someone. But it's more as more stuff comes out. It seems now this probably isn't true, but I don't know. It seems like it might be Paige that done it. I know that sounds wild and crazy, but going by the stuff that's coming out, I mean, I don't think it's not possible. You know, I don't think it isn't impossible. Like if it is revealed to be that, I wouldn't be surprised. But I know it's crazy, but I don't know. It seems plausible. There's the word I'm looking for. I think it could eventually be revealed to be that. But yeah, there's some crazy stuff happening outside of the ring in the wrestling world this week. But that's it for now. Anyway, I don't have anything else to say. There's no more news. Let me just check the daily wrestling news. They sometimes have stuff. They haven't had anything for a while. The last sort of major news thing was something about Paul Heyman getting in the creative area, or room, or team, whatever they call it. And of course, it's taken a decade to load for some reason. There it goes. And no, there's nothing. There's nothing there. So that's it. Thanks for watching. And there was the whole WWE buying TNA thing. I don't think it's true. They maybe bought like the library or something, but even then, I don't think that's true. I think if they bought the library, you would think they would buy TNA as well, but I don't know. Nothing else just came of it. I don't think they have, and I hope TNA does continue, because they don't. Why would you want a wrestling company to go out of business? It doesn't make sense to think like that. But that's a topic for another day. I've yapped enough. Thanks for watching. Just grab that like button, and I'll see you from a review later on. And I'm also downloading Mafia 3 right now, or installing it, because you have to do that now on games. I'm installing that right now. I might get it started today. I don't know. I would like to, but if not, I'll be doing it tomorrow at the latest. And I'm off all this coming week, so I'll be plowing through it. And I think WWE 2K17 comes out next week. I'm not looking forward to that at all. But I'm looking forward to Mafia 3, because Mafia 2 is one of my favourite games of all time. I think it was amazing. The story was so good, and I'm looking forward to it. I have little doubts, just some of the stuff that's information and what have you that's been shown. I have my doubts, because Mafia 2 was so good that I think it's going to be hard to live up to that. Like I see some stuff, I'm like, oh my god, that looks so cool, that looks awesome. And there's other stuff where I'm sort of like, I really do hope it's good. I really do. I'm hoping it's good, and I'm just looking forward to playing it. I think it's going to be great. It's going to be good. I hope so anyway. But that's it. See you later.